Today is the 16th of August and we've decided to take 4-4 down the southern coast of Turkey just for a bit of a run and a break from sitting in the marina. So we were up early this morning, got everything ready, and we're on our way. So we've got out while the winds are calm in the morning because normally you have headwinds when you're heading west and we wanted to make sure that we didn't have that to deal with this morning. So we have a light breeze, which strangely enough is coming from the east, but too light to put up any sails. So we're motoring. This is the first time we've seen this coast from the water. We have seen it twice before on our bus trips to Cash. But this is Demri. Quite surprised to see this beautiful beach all along the coast. Very, very pretty. Even though we're motoring, as you can see, it's 6 knots thereabouts. It's actually lovely to be out on the water again. It's completely flat calm and very clear. Looking forward to a swim. So this is Kekova Island, and we're going to have a look around, have a snoop around here and see which one of the many anchorages we want to actually stop in. This is us coming into the anchorage. There's a couple of ways you can get in, but we're going to go down the channel that's straight ahead of us. There is, however, a overhead power line, and it says it's 25 meters, so we're just going to have to gingerly go underneath it. Hopefully that's accurate. Alternatively, we'll have to come around and go down this other channel, which is where those boats in the distance are. Has progressed, we've had more and more of these golettes, I think is how you say it, coming into the anchorage. They come in and they go, and they come and they go, just a slow procession of them. But this guy's going to be mid-mooring to the shoreline. He dropped his anchor just alongside us and he's motoring back. And then they tie long lines to the rocks. Somebody in the dinghy to take the lines. So today is the 17th of August and this is our first dinghy excursion in absolutely months. In fact, I think it might be the first one this year. So we're just having a good look around this whole anchorage, which is the area is known as Kekova, and we're just watching how people have moored and just anchored off, and just a variety of yachts here. Out on their paddle boards, which we're hoping to do later as well. It's an ideal spot for it all. And you can see the pullets, they're all anchored mid-mooring to the shore. And surprisingly enough, we didn't have that much noise last night. We thought it would have been party central, but it wasn't. So here's a few more of the golettes. They're certainly tucked away in all the nooks and crannies around here. Everywhere you look, you see their masts. And they're mostly all mid-moored. It is pretty scenery, although it's very rugged. Now, these golettes are all shapes and sizes, small and very large. But I'm sure they're a fun holiday for people. And ahead is the one and only cave in the area. I don't think we'll go in, they're normally locked back, which I definitely don't like. Definitely a rather large cave, that's for sure. I don't think I want to go in. And we're back in our anchorage. There's 4-4. Of course, you've got the usual super yachts. Leaving. Today is the 19th of August and we've decided to have a change in scenery, and we're heading to the opposite side of Kekova, and from there we'll work our way back towards the marina. And this is one of the golettes that was in the anchorage with us last night, heading off to his next destination. And then in the distance, this is another ruin of one of the castles called. So this is Kekova, I think is the name of the bay, with this old castle ruin on the hill. We were led to believe it was an anchorage, but it seems it's more pontoons with restaurants where you can just back up to the pontoon and head moor. So this is a front view of the castle and the little village, very picturesque. Yeah. There's the entrance to the lagoon that we're talking about. There's a lot of boats inside it. Very narrow entrance. No wonder it's well protected. Today is the 20th of August and we decided to get up early and enjoy a hike to Epelay, which is one of the Lycian ancient port towns. This is some of the ruins and the tombs. It's understood that the majority of this port town is actually underwater now. And this is part of it. I don't know if you can see through the clear water, the different bits that have sunk. After our hike in the heat, although we'd started early to try and avoid the high temperatures and had water with us, we were in desperate need for a cold drink nonetheless, and liked the little restaurant so much we returned for dinner that evening. The following evening we had dinner at the restaurant next door with our floating neighbours from Finiki, Celine and Joe of Turquoise, with their guests. Today is the 22nd of August and we are returning to the marina in Finiki. Unfortunately, when we looked at the weather forecast this morning, it showed the Maltini winds lasting all of next week. Well, all of this week starting tomorrow, and we really didn't feel like being boat bound in strong winds. So we decided to weigh anchor this morning and head back to base. We headed back into the marina, barely in time. The winds have definitely started blowing. Maltinis have arrived. They're going to be here for the next week apparently. So better that we're here. Today is the 18th of September. We've left the marina again. This time we'll be away for about a month. We'll be back around mid-October. Last time we didn't stay out as long as we wanted to. We came back due to bad weather that was approaching. We also had various appointments with medical professionals that we had to take care of, and we had our anniversary celebration, which was a night at the opera. So that's all over and done with, and we're now heading to Kekova, where we'll spend a few days, and then on to Cash, and we'll haul Pawpaw out, and after that we'll return to Finiki for the winter. So we've arrived in Kekova, and being a Sunday, we're inundated with boats. There was nobody here when we got here, and now there's goulays everywhere, including on top of us. And there was like, I don't know, there were 2-3 yachts in the anchorage when we got here, and there's boats every which side of us, which of course is all fine as long as they don't anchor on top of us like the guy that did anchor on top of us. Everybody out enjoying their Sunday. Monday the 19th, and we're off on another dinghy excursion. We made it to Kekova yesterday, and we're off to the castle, which is something we wanted to see the last time, but had to forego because of bad weather. So hopefully today we get the chance. There's the castle we're hoping to climb up to, and I believe getting an ice cream at the top as well will also look to see. Quite made it to the top of the castle, but we're getting there, and I'm just struggling a little bit, having to take a few rests along the way, but the views are definitely worth it. So, against the odds, we made it up. Thank you. At least get to enjoy the views now that we're up. It's actually quite spectacular. It was worth the wait. On our way back down from the castle, we stopped for a well-deserved treat, a local ice cream made from goat's milk, which was delicious actually, before strolling around the little village. After our stroll, we returned to the restaurant where we had left the dinghy and enjoyed another Turkish feast as a late lunch, early dinner. So, 20th of September, 4 days before our anniversary, and we're doing another dinghy exploration, this time to the little town inside the lagoon, which I'm not even going to attempt to say its name. But anyway, we're just coming to have a look-see, and then we're going to go for a swim. During our stroll around the little village, we had hoped to find somewhere to enjoy a coffee, but sadly the only place we found had a broken coffee machine. So once again we've come to an anchorage that is enormous, and we have this fool dragging his anchor this way and that way across the front of us. And it was a lot closer a few minutes ago, so we've now had to make sure that our anchor hasn't been tripped. I really don't know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing, quite honestly. They're literally dragging this anchor up and down the bay, zigzagging this way and that way across the front of us. They've been here all afternoon and they started to drag when the stronger winds came up. And they're still faffing around. Today is the 22nd of September and it's the day that the forecast strong winds of over 30 knots should be arriving in the next few hours, and signs of the fact that we're probably in the best bay possible is all the local goulettes that have come in the last 10 minutes. So we've got good company here, and I guess we'll just ride out the blow. So the wind arrived as forecast, but to be honest, we can't get too bent out of shape with 30 knots of wind and a pitch that's less than half a metre. After our experience in Salmon Bay, Egypt, I don't think we'll ever see that again. It's completely unprecedented. The wind started reaching 30 knots. We had a few more goulettes come in to the lagoon area here, definitely protected, and a few more private yachts have come in as well. It's certainly a case of hold on to your hats or you're going to get blown away today. This yacht started to drag and eventually had to lift his anchor, trying to re-anchor, and he just dragged all the way down the bay until he hooked onto something. So hopefully he's set now. We can all have some rest. But it would help if you have to put a snubber on now. Keep bouncing around like that. So it's here comes another one. Late to the table. I'd like to know where he's going to go. This bay is getting very, very full. Nothing like trying to maneuver your boat in 30 knots of wind. See where it goes now. Why these people didn't just check the weather? It's been forecast for days, this blow. And they're all coming in now, the 11th hour. Dr. Pasture's new. Should have been behind everybody to begin with, instead of trying to nuzzle in between us all. Once the storm had abated, we returned to land to stretch our legs and had another snoop around the little village. We come back to a new 500.
400, 450 lira.
As well as enjoyed some lunch.
Good. Oh, well, I told it to be a bit big than a bit small. So 50 around the waist. Well, I know what
Today is the 24th of September. Happy 39th anniversary to the both of us. And we're celebrating it by weighing anchor, nice sunrise, and heading to cash.